It was a stormy evening when Jenny decided to brave the weather for a quick trip to the local convenience store. With thunder rumbling in the distance and lightning illuminating the dark sky, she grabbed her umbrella and set out. The usual 5-minute walk felt like an eternity as the rain pelted down, drenching her coat. Upon arriving, Jenny noticed something unusual. The store was eerily quiet. The familiar hum of refrigerators and bright fluorescent lights were replaced with a haunting silence and flickering bulbs. She pushed the door open, triggering the chime that echoed like a sinister laugh in the emptiness. She called out, "Hello," but received no answer. Shelves lined with snacks and essentials stood in disarray, some products spilled onto the floor. Jenny felt a shiver run down her spine. She moved cautiously, picking up the few items she needed. As she reached the counter, she saw no one at the register. Growing increasingly uneasy, she rung the bell frantically. Suddenly, an old, frail man emerged from the shadows, his eyes hollow and expressionless. "Can I help you?" he asked in a voice that sounded detached, almost inhuman. Jenny forced a smile and handed her items to him. The man moved with a slow, deliberate pace, scanning each item as if time had no meaning. Finally, he looked at her with those empty eyes and said, "Be careful out there." Startled, she took her change and hurried out of the store. The rain had lessened, but the air was thick with an unsettling stillness. As she walked home, she couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. She turned back, expecting to see the old man, but saw nothing. At home, Jenny unpacked her groceries, only to find a small black notebook she hadn't purchased. Curious, she opened it, revealing scribbles of warnings and disturbing drawings of the convenience store. One page depicted a sinister figure lurking behind an unsuspecting customer, a scene chillingly similar to her recent experience. Her phone buzzed, snapping her out of her trance. A message from an unknown number read, "You shouldn't have gone there." Panic surged through her as she locked all doors and windows. The lights flickered and the power went out, leaving her in darkness. There was a knock at the door. Jenny's heart pounded as she peered through the peephole, seeing nothing but darkness. The doorknob began to turn slowly, followed by the door creaking open. Trembling, she grabbed a kitchen knife and whispered, "Who's there?" Silence. Then a familiar voice whispered back, "Be careful out there," followed by the door slamming shut. Jenny froze, her mind racing with fear and confusion. The next morning, she returned to the convenience store, determined to find answers. However, where the store once stood, there was now an empty lot, overgrown with weeds. No sign of the decrepit building, the frail old man, or the horrors she had encountered. Jenny left town that day, never to return. The memory of that stormy night and the ghostly convenience store haunted her dreams forever.